Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to kick off this brand new vacation series where we'll be diving into my family's most recent adventure, our unforgettable stay at the Catalonia Grand Costa Mujeres. If you're planning a trip to the Cancun area, this one's for you. Now getting to the resort takes about 40 minutes if you're coming from the Cancun airport. A tad long after a day of flying, but the neighborhood sites are interesting. And here we are, room 2313. This was a superior room, which is the resort's basic offering, and it was located on the top floor. The room itself was spacious with a separate living room. We were very happy with it. We would have preferred a larger suite since there were 5 of us, but they didn't really offer that. So for our family trip, we booked 2 of these superior rooms. We were a little nervous about the kids staying in a separate room, but given that there's only 1 bathroom per suite and we were a family of 5, we just didn't have a choice. Thankfully, the kids are older, so it all worked out. And the resort obviously does feel very safe. I do still think it's a design flaw, though, that the hotel chain should reconsider. Anyway, let's talk views. We had room 2313 and 2319. So both overlook the activity pool. It was a stunning view. Ours had a slightly better view. That was 2313. You could see the ocean better. But from either, you could watch the pool games and the activities below, which of course made for a lively atmosphere. The only thing I didn't really love was that both balconies were shaded. So we didn't really get that morning sunshine that I crave. So if you are someone who loves sipping coffee in the sun like me, I would definitely request a room with southern exposure for that sunny balcony vibe. But other than that, the rooms were spacious, clean. They had everything we needed. I did wish for another blanket, but I didn't ask, so that's my fault. The decor is lovely. Green is my favorite color, so it was stylish and simple. Each room has its own separate living room area with a pull-out couch. So it was perfect for us. My daughter could bounce back and forth depending on whose room she wanted to stay in. And of course that closet, being a fashionista, I had packed so much, and I love how there's all the little drawers and shelves and cubbies, and they provide plenty of hangers, so it was definitely very convenient. Probably the best closet I'd seen so far of anywhere that I stayed. The other really cool thing was the tech that the room offered. Instead of the little door hangers, they actually have a button that you press and it lights up. So housekeeping can see whether you want your room cleaned or whether you want privacy. We thought that was pretty neat. The beach, of course, is gorgeous. We normally travel to the Mayan Riviera, and if we want a nice beach, we used to go to Cuba, or most recently we go to Punta Cana, but obviously the food can never compare to Mexico. So it was a really nice surprise to find this new area, Costa Mujeres, that they're really building up. The soft white sand and the turquoise sea, not so much the day we arrived like in this video, but it did get really nice. And the sand it felt really nice. It was hard to walk in, but it was like that really thick, soft sand. Which brings me to our favorite place, the Pier Bar. This was located off the quiet pool at the end of the boardwalk that led to the beach. And let me tell you, Orlando is the mixologist there, and you need to meet him. He crafted the best cosmopolitan I've had since our honeymoon 17 years ago. His enthusiasm and his smile really elevated the whole experience, and the drinks, of course, were top notch. Now, I think the Pier Bar is supposed to be for privileged guests, but honestly, everyone was served. No one was turned away, so it was nice to feel included, and the drinks made it a perfect start to the afternoon. Next up, we hit Cafe Aromas. It's this super chic spot with chevron pattern floors, tropical pops of yellow and teal, and a mirrored ceiling that was just stunning. I didn't, unfortunately, get any footage inside. My daughter grabbed a nice coffee, and I indulged in a little treat. They have these creme brulee. I don't know if they were tarts or squares. I should have taken a picture, but they were delicious. And then after that, we had a refreshing swim in the pool before heading back to our rooms to freshen up for dinner. The sun was setting and we were all ready to check out the evening's entertainment. We decided to stick with the buffet for night one. I'd heard mixed things about the a la carte reservations, so we wanted to keep it simple. And honestly, we had no problem getting in, even though a lot of spots were already filled. I'll give you some tips about booking through that system as we go. But anyway, we went to the buffet and the food was great. We had the poke bowls again. I'm never one to say no to sashimi, especially when it's covered in chili oil. There was no fresh pasta station. We had been there at lunch and I thought maybe they would have it at dinner, but it was okay. There was still plenty of other food to choose from. And then after dinner, we headed over to check out the entertainment. They had live music in the on the Fifth Avenue there, just sort of jazzy. No one singing, like no vocals, but beautiful music, fun, trendy tunes. And then, of course, there was the theater. We would head after dinner to the theater for the night show. Tonight it was Broadway themed, and so there were classics like Dancing Queen and Oh What a Night. The costumes, the energy, the dancing, it was so much fun. I was literally dancing in my seat. We did find as the week went on that it was a good idea to get there, at least 15 minutes early to choose your seating, because it did tend to fill up fast, especially on the Disney night. I found that was probably the most packed that we saw it. There was a couple other nights where it was pretty empty, but I can't remember specifically which show that was. So as you can see, it's not your typical Broadway show. There were times where we were trying to pick out which Broadway show the music was from, but that's what made it kind of different. And we've seen a lot of shows over the years, so it was kind of nice to have something fresh and fun. Post-show they had, I believe it was karaoke outside the theater that night. We watched for a little bit, but we were all pretty tired from the travel, so we decided to take a short walk back through Fifth Avenue, taking in the colors and the energy of the place. It was the perfect way to end our first night. So as day one came to a close, we were filled with gratitude and ready to turn in so we could wake up bright and early to take in every ounce of that sunshine. When you live in Canada, you learn to enjoy every second you get of it. For more on our Catalonian adventure, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for my next video where I'll dive into day 2. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.